Yes, Mithun Reddy ji, please.
Thank you, sir.
Nothing going on record. Yes, accept.
Thank you, sir,
already
for,
rolling.
Thank you for letting me talk on this very important issue, sir. Currently, I think this is the most serious issue our country is facing, more than the border threats, more than even the pandemic, sir. This is the worst situation we can be in, sir, in terms of drug abuse in the country. Sir, it's very important because I will tell you, it is spreading at a rapid pace, sir. We can't imagine it is growing manifold. It is growing by 10x. I think it's the right time we should put aside politics and come with an iron fist to control this, sir. Sir, as per the report presented by AIIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, they say that around 5 crore Indians reported to have used cannabis and opioids in the year 2018, sir. Imagine in a population of 130, 140 crores, 5 crore people are under the influence of drugs. So you can imagine, sir, what percent of our population is doing. And this is that too in 2018. And they say, the report also says that 18.5 lakh people are using injectables around 2018, sir. And they say around 60 lakh people, roughly they need treatment to get out of this mess. Sir, if this is the situation, how is the country going to progress? If the cases are going to grow like this, and there was a recent article in the Hindu, it was about the comments of some of the NCB officers. It is estimated that close to 10 crore drug users are there in the country currently, sir. If out of a population of 130 crores, 10 crores is expected to be drug users or drug abusers, then what is the situation we are in, sir? I think this is the right time to act. And recently also we have seen a report released by NCB. From April 2021, 26,000 crores of heroin has been seized, sir. This is only what has been apprehended and seized. What about the other drugs? If you even consider 10% was caught and seized, the drug trade is more than 2 lakh crores or 3 lakh crores, sir. This is the estimates, even if you go by what they have seized, sir. It's just about heroin was seized for 26,000 crores. So this is an alarming situation. And what the government, Ministry of Social Justice submitted in the Supreme Court, 1.58 crore children aged 10 to 17 years are addicted to drugs. This is a very bad thing for our country, sir. The young children aged 10 to 17 years, if they are under the influence of drugs, what future they will have, sir? What impact it will have on the society, it is what to be thought out. Currently, we boast about the highest population of youth in our country. We say that we have 60% of youth in our country. But if you see the number of drug users, out of the expected 10 crore drug users, the majority, 80% are youth, sir. If people lose their career from 20 years to 30 years, even 30 to 40 years, the prime time of their life, it is a serious problem for our country. And there are various types of drugs, sir. One of the most common one is that stimulant abuse. So amphetamines are used as stimulants, and they cause they give a person extreme highs and give a boost in energy and euphoria. All this being misused by the kids. And even cocaine, sir. Cocaine is very common these days. And I was in one of the restaurants in Delhi. In the washroom, they have put, sir, cocaine is not allowed to be done here. I've read it with my own eyes. If such is the situation, such is the increase in the usage of drugs, especially cocaine and other things. So where are we going is the question, sir. And even Adderall, a prescription drug, is being abused extremely. And even meths are abused. They're like the ups and downs of meth, especially euphoric to going to get depressed, is extreme, and it can leave severe psychological problems, and there can be permanent issues with that, sir. Even opioid abuse, they are like, opioids can be naturally occurring or even synthetic, but both are equally addictive and both are equally damaging, both physically and psychologically. Even heroin, sir, like I've said, the seizure was 26,000 crores, and heroin is one of the major drugs which are being abused in our country, and even prescription painkillers like oxycontin, Vicodin, and fentanyl, they are also being abused. So even the sedatives are being abused, and hallucinogens have been part of club culture, sir. We speak of rave parties. The whole, they tend to last long, and so they have extreme impact on both the psychological and physical condition of a person. Even ecstasy is being abused widely. So there are so many drugs which are being abused, sir. And this has to be, the government has to take various steps. Even it's not just one thing, sir. It's various things. If you see recently, I saw an article in the media, sir. Drugs are no longer in packets or powder form. They're being sold, as eatables also, as gummies and cakes. They've been even selling that as some oil and in the form of butter also. So all these things are going extreme. So we need to take precautions. We need to act in the right way, sir. And I request the government to act on this, sir, like how the government acted for COVID-19. So the government gave vaccination to the entire country. They distributed vaccines freely. So now we are not under the threat of COVID-19. Similarly, sir, the request I make from the government, the point I request the government is all the colleges, schools, from high school to universities, every student must be screened, sir, at the cost of the government. Then only we will know who is under the influence of drugs, then we will know who is not under the influence of drugs. Because if it is not done, parents are not able to understand that their kids are getting used to drugs. Parents are not able to realize that their children are under the influence of drugs. So I think screening is a very important step. If the government is really serious, I think it should be done. And every year this screening has to be done. Then only we will know who is under the influence of drugs and who is not under the influence of drugs, because the parents are unaware. And there was one of my student parents who came from my constituency. The student was studying his medicine. He was in his final year. He was a very good student, and he is related to me also. They came and told me, my son is innocent, and they have booked him for a drugs case, that he's selling ganja. And I was wondering why they booked. I spoke to the police also. And they told me that the student is actually peddling drugs to make money for his drugs, sir. Drugs are extremely costly, and students are getting exploited. Even everybody, all the drug users are getting exploited. If boys are getting exploited like that, imagine the plight of the girls who are under the influence of drugs. So this is a serious issue we need to take up, sir. And what is addiction, sir? It is a sign, it is a symptom of distress. So we need to treat them with empathy. Sir, I have initiated this discussion. I've been allotted 20 minutes. So.
His leader, sir. He initiated the discussion. His name is there.
So, it should not be stigmatized, sir. People should not be treated bad because they are under the influence of drugs. We need to give them a chance. We need to see that they recover, because most of them are youth. And it is not only earlier we used to see that drug abuse was there only in cosmopolitan cities, in big places like that. But now it is there in tier 2, tier 3 also, because drugs are being manufactured in small rooms. They just need some chemicals to mix and some small utensils to make drugs. These days, there were a lot of busts have happened, lot of drug busts have happened, where they found that they are manufacturing drugs in small rooms. So we need to do what more than what we are doing right now, sir. Whatever effort we are putting, we heard a lot of things. The government saying a lot of things that we have put in so many laws. We are putting absolutely these laws are not enough. We need to come up with more stringent laws. I think it has to be dealt with an iron hand. And so the impact is huge, sir. If you consider also, it's a threat to our demographic dividend, and it's threat to all the happiness of all the families, sir. All the families. Imagine if 8 crores or 10 crores people are under the influence of drug. You put 3 persons for family, it goes to close to 30 plus crores, sir, out of 130 crore population or 140 crore population. So it is not a small thing today. So it is a serious issue for us to think about. And there's a strong link between injectables, drugs, and spread of diseases like HIV, AIDS, and other diseases. And illegal nature of drug trafficking makes it prone to money laundering and even terror financing. Sir, I think the major steps need to be taken is screening. Apart from controlling the usage of drugs, screening is very important. So I request the government to come out with a decision to screen all the institutions, to screen all the colleges. Even if it is we are spending money, it's good, sir, because if we spend a rupee now, we'll save 1,000 rupees later in the form of the future of the country. And I also request the government to set up a similar thing what Andhra Pradesh government under the leadership of YS Jagannath Reddy has done. He has set up a special enforcement bureau where it exclusively deals with drugs and other illegal activities. So there have been a lot of busts which have happened, lot of seizures which have happened, and lot of control has come like that. So an exclusive force need to be there to control drugs at this moment, because it is one of the most important issue in our country. And before I end, sir, I would like to make it very clear, this is above politics, sir. Like what Kalyanji was speaking also, this is above politics. We don't need to blame which party, we don't need to blame the previous governments, but we have to look forward and we have to take the right steps so that we can save the future of our country, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.